Hi there, as I promised in the unboxing video, here is my review of MSI Crosshair 16HX D14V. Let's start very quick with the quality, materials and sturdiness. So this is glass and it's just a reflection, there's no backlight. Yeah, this has a reflection as well. Okay, so glass, this is metal, but this part right here is plastic. Hinges are plastic as well. Probably inside is metal, I don't know. Okay, on the inside we have the frame, which is plastic, and we have a nice camera cover. This is an image from the laptop, from its camera, and the sound as well comes from the laptop. It's a 720p with 30 fps. This is normal room temperature, there is no light. But if you add some extra light, yeah, it's not bad. If you can stay with this. Okay. Yep. Uh, this feels like metal, but I'm not 100% sure. But let's go with it. It's very solid. Feels like metal. It just sounds different than the one on the top of the lid. Yeah. And here on the back, it's all plastic. Here are the fans. Okay, now let's move on to available ports. This one is a Type A USB 3.2, the first generation. Here we have the HDMI, which is capable of 8K at 60 Hz and 4K at 120 Hz. Here we have the Gigabit Ethernet RJ45 socket, and of course the charging port. On the left side we have one Type C USB 3.2 second generation, which is also a display port, and it has PD charging, which stands for power delivery. Here is where I charge my phone as well. And next to it we have another Type A USB 3.2 first generation and battery status LED. And lastly, on the right side we have mic in, headphone out combo jack, which means you can use headphones with a microphone attached to it. Next is the third Type A USB 3.2 first generation. So we have three of them. Yep. And the Kensington lock. I hope that I spelled that right. You know what it is anyway. Okay. Let's talk about display, which is a 16-inch IPS panel. It's QHD plus with a resolution of 2560 times 1600. The aspect ratio is 16:10 and it has 240 Hz, but it lacks HDR. But I can tell you, I know you can't really tell how it looks from because you're looking from a different device, but I can tell you it's bright, it's sharp, and it's colorful. I mean, I have this light on it and you can still see very clear, and you don't have that glare too much. Next, let's talk about the keyboard, and this is how it sounds. We have 24 zones, RGB zones, with 8 modes. I'm going to show you in a moment. I'm going to switch over the light and show you all 8 modes. The key travel is 1.7 millimeters, which for me it's quite right. I have no problem with it. Yeah, let me just switch off the light. This is the first mode. It's called dance. It's a bit chaotic if you ask me. I don't like this one. The next one is wheel. Then we have bouncy ball. Then we have wave. Then we have steady, it just stays like this. The next one is breath, breathe, like, yeah, it's breathing. Then we have color cycle, and we also have customize, and we can, these are the zones. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there are 24 of them. Okay, I'm gonna play now a royalty-free sample of music from YouTube, and this is with the background noise and my voice. And let me switch on. The speakers are on the side. Okay, now let's talk about the specs before we jump to some gameplay. We have Intel Core i7 processor with 20 cores, 8 performance cores and 12 efficient cores with a maximum turbo efficiency of 5.5 gigahertz. And now there's not much to say about it, it's i7, we all know it's good. So we're gonna move to the graphics card, which is NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4060 laptop GPU, which NVIDIA claims it has DLSS 3, all the 40 series have, which is basically, it uses AI to create additional frames and improve the image quality. With a video memory of 8 gigabytes GDDR6. We also have 16 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte of storage, but I'm gonna let this information a little bit on the screen so you can take a screenshot, because let's jump into some gameplay and see how it behaves. Also, I want to show you how the fans sound when I press play. Just wait. Hopefully we can hear. And this is how it stays the whole time you are playing, if you are choosing to play on extreme performance and built-in graphics card. Actually, if you play on performance, it's the same on everything, but it's customizable, you can change. And we also have this, if I press the FN and the top arrow, this is the maxim, it goes to maxim in case you want to cool it down or something, yeah? And then you press again FN and arrow, and that's it. For those of you who don't know, this is Fortnite, and I'm gonna show you a gameplay to be able to see how this graphics card is able to handle FPS. Personally, this is how I like to keep my settings. You notice I have the shadows on medium, for example, because I want the most FPS possible. I don't necessarily want the best quality. We're gonna see some action in a second. You're gonna notice you don't really see the shadow because it's on medium, but I don't care because I have like 170 FPS, 160 now on the screen, but in reality it's 20 FPS more. You see we have around 200 FPS now. I'm filming with the phone, and as soon as I hit record, it drops 20 FPS. yeah, so keep that in mind. Next, I'm going to increase the shadows from medium to high, and you're gonna notice the shadow now compared to the previous video where we barely had something, but we decrease another roughly 20 fps, 25, sometimes even more depending on the scenario. And lastly, let's increase the shadows even more to epic, and of course, as you expected, lose 20 fps more. Yes, I think we drop down to 110, 120, depends, 130. Overall, it's a good laptop. It's a capable machine. I'm happy that I bought it. Now, of course, it depends how you're gonna use it, because if you are thinking of using it to set, if you are thinking to set everything to maximum and you want to play a game, of course, then it's not like a PC, you know. I mean, I tried Fortnite with everything on Epic and it dropped to, including ray tracing, because it has, and everything dropped to around 40 FPS, 45 at max. So yeah, I hope this video helped, and I hope I explained everything. One thing I didn't mention so far is the battery. And why is that? Because there's nothing to brag about. There's another, that's, I think it's best to call it an average battery. It doesn't last that long. If you are playing YouTube, I don't think you will get 5 hours out of it. If you are just doing browsing and light tasks, you're probably gonna get 5 hours. And that is when maximum power saving is activated and the graphics card, the NVIDIA graphics card, is disabled. It only works with the onboard one. The refresh rate drops to 60, and yeah, keep that in mind. So basically I let it for about 20 minutes. I didn't touch it, and when I came back it was saying it will last for 7 hours, but that was doing nothing. Nothing in the background was open. So yeah, the battery is not that great. But for example, I use it for school, and it lasts me through all 5 hours at school, but it wasn't like constant. Sometimes I had the lid off and we had breaks and stuff like that. So yeah, okay, once again, I hope this video helped you a lot, because as far as I know at this moment is the only one. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me in the comments. Thank you for watching.